You are listening to a podcast, Cultural Shock in America, a Love Story. My name is Demir. I am a master's student at Ohio University and I come from the Kyrgyz Republic. Today we have two guests from Ecuador and from the United States.
My name is Melanie. I am from Quito, Ecuador. Actually, I was born in Riobamba, but I have grown up in Quito, in the capital of Ecuador.
My name is Ryan. I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and now I live in Southern Ohio.
Since doing this podcast, we talk about cultural differences and overall experience of people. Melanie, would you like to share how was your first trip to the United States?
I was here in the United States for my first time in 2016. It was my 16th birthday. We went to the amusement parks in Orlando, Florida. We spent 7 days there. We spent also another 7 days in Miami. So we were in Magic Kingdom, but we also were shopping a lot. So yeah, it was a really good experience because I was just doing tourism here in the US.
Sounds like fun. What drew your attention when you just arrived? What took your attention in here?
I was just 16 years old. So it was all the shopping malls were so incredible for me. The clothes, the big buildings, the amusement parks were also so cool. I really like that. Pizza, hamburgers. But now I don't really like that much that because now I'm living here and I had to get used to that kind of food.
Okay. Do you have pizza in Ecuador?
Yeah, sure. But I feel here was too much. When you are in my home country, I would just eat KFC or McDonald's if it's a special occasion or an event or a birthday or when you go out with your friends, but not on a daily basis.
Okay, that's interesting. So Ryan, what do you think about Melanie's first impression?
I would imagine something pretty similar because we're big on consumerism. So if people are buying stuff, people are going to keep making stuff for people to buy. So there's huge malls for people to buy whatever they want. Obviously, the amusement parks are super famous here. I imagine those would catch my attention too, which I've never really been to Disney or anything myself.
Wow.
So I guess I imagine if I was not an American, I think it would catch my attention a lot more. Maybe because it's more out of reach. But for me, I don't really personally care much for them. Not the Disney ones, at least. For the food, also not really surprising. I imagine we eat way more fast food than other places. I eat it more than about as much as she's saying. Just whenever I want. If I'm hungry and I want it, I'll go get it.
And I feel our first conversation was about fast food because he was asking me oh, do you have Wendy's? And I was no. Do you have Dairy Queen? No. Do you have this? And I was no. I just have in Ecuador KFC and McDonald's. And that's all. I didn't have a Starbucks. We just have a Starbucks 3 months ago, probably.
It is interesting that at the same time, for example, as Ryan, as you mentioned, these amusement parks and everything, they do not really surprise you.
The Disney aspect of it doesn't draw me in. So the cartoon aspect of it. And I feel that's a big draw. I really like roller coasters and rides and such and theme parks. But I have one in Cincinnati. It's in 2 hours away from me. So I'll just go there. They have the biggest roller coasters in Ohio. Those are plenty good for me and those are $40 for a ticket. So if I don't care about the actual Disney part of it, then I'll just save the $400 and go 2 hours down the road and go there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ryan, have you been abroad?
Yeah, I've been to Ecuador about, 3 months ago.
August.
You went together?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I was actually in Ecuador.
After a week she was there, I was telling her hey, I might be able to come. Would you want me to go? And she said, yeah. And then a few days later, I bought my plane ticket. And 2 days later, I think after that, I was on the plane going to Ecuador. And it was really surprising. Whenever I was in school, as soon as I got there, the only thing I needed to do was use the restroom. And in school, I said, "Puedo ir al baño," because that means, can I use the restroom? So I went up to this airport worker and asked him if I'm allowed to use the restroom. instead of where's the restroom.
Okay.
So that was like my
That's
very first thing.
What was the most interesting and unusual thing for you in Ecuador?
Probably the fact that they're just like giving out alcohol on the street, like because I went during like a holiday, so like they just had a bunch of people with alcohol like out on the streets selling it. And here it's obviously super regulated, and nobody like you need a license to sell it. So that was like super surprising.
Did you get it?
Yeah, we got a few bottles of it.
Okay.
Uh,
What about food?
The food, she told me before I went, like this, whenever we like first met, she told me that they eat guinea pigs. And like that was like really surprising to me. And she said her grandma raises them and eats them. And that was really surprising to me. But then whenever I saw them like as a street food, they were just like roasting over a fire. That was like unreal to me. Like it seemed like a joke before, but then obviously it's not, just because we have them as pets. And to them, they're not.
Yeah, they are very cute animals.
But we eat it.
So, Melanie, guinea pigs,
I don't really like
are
it.
they even delicious?
My grandmother really raised them to eat it, but I don't really like it. She usually make chicken for me, like roasted chicken for me. But yeah, a lot of people in Ecuador like it, and I think it's good. And it's a expensive plate. It's expensive dish.
So, did you try guinea pig?
No, I didn't. I was supposed to try some from her grandmother, but she never made any.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's a big cultural shock. That's like not for everyone too. I don't like even eat. And a lot of people say it in Ecuador too that you should eat from like someone, you have to do it in your house or at home.
Homemade guinea pig.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like so much better.
What about America?
What? Like,
What people consume in here, which is considered unusual in other places, in your opinion?
I don't really know. I think there's certain things that would be unusual for this group of people, and then this group, just because we have so many different people here. Like it's gonna be normal to this group, not normal to this group. To me, I don't think any of it really seems that crazy. Not off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that might be like, to me, that crazy.
I have heard that people here eat the squirrels.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
They are also very cute.
Yeah, but they hunt it, right? And
Yeah,
they eat
it's
it.
usually they hunt them themselves. Like you can't go to the supermarket and buy squirrel, but you just go to the woods with a little,
We have a lot of squirrels in here.
yeah, and you
College
just hunt
Park.
them and kill them. Yeah.
Okay. Have you tried?
I don't think I've tried squirrel. I've had venison, deer. That's pretty good.
That's also crazy for me. I will not eat the deer.
Okay. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, going back to our second part of our conversation, which is about your experience in America. What do you find, Melanie? What do you find very interesting or very different from Ecuador in terms of social life and academic life in here?
In Latin America, we're like so emotional, so warm, and like we always wants to hug each other. If we like say hello, we always like kissing our cheeks to say hello to everyone. It doesn't matter if we know them or we don't. We feel like we're so close to each other. And here,
They are not close to each other.
they are not that much. I feel like here, of course, the personal like distance that you have between
Yeah,
the
this
people.
private space concept.
Yeah, it's like so much bigger than in Ecuador. Even like, for example, when I just arrived in the lines for the supermarket or anywhere, TBS, I don't know, anywhere in the bank, I was so close to each other in the lines. But then my friend told me like, hey, you have to like take distance from the other person because you cannot like be that close. Or even in the buses, because in the public transportation in Ecuador, you would be so close to each other. You will sit down with the person next to you and it's fine. And you will start talking with that person even if you don't know them. But here, I feel like you usually go into the bus and you look for a seat that it's so far from the other person in the bus. The farthest seat that you can
It's
find.
the best.
Yeah. Or even in the class too. Like the students always like sit down um, leaving two spaces next to you.
I think the concept of privacy, right? Private space is really popular in here and it's really respected. To some extent, I like it actually.
I like it too, especially like your example about like on a bus or something. If I'm sitting on a bus and I see some people get on, like this is an empty bus, they shouldn't come sit next to me. The bus isn't a spot to make friends. The bus is transportation. Same like that, just about everywhere. Like,
Very pragmatic, right?
yeah. If you're at a club or something, that's where people go to socialize, to hang out, to make new friends. If you're at a place like that, then I think that makes sense for you to go just bump shoulders with people, do whatever. But I think on a bus, you're just there to get the transportation and go wherever you need to go. So I think, yeah, personal space. And like just anytime I'm walking, like she said, in a line, I expect about a couple feet at least from me. Like I shouldn't be able to just touch you like this. But yeah, to me, it's crazy that that's not expected in other places.
So did you feel this difference of private spaces in Ecuador when you were visiting?
Not really, but I think that might be because I'm a foreigner.
And also, I think you feel it when the people like get in the beach when we wanted to like go to some restaurants and they say like, hey, you want to buy this?
Yeah.
You want to buy this? And we were like, no.
Yeah. There's people like advertising their menus outside of restaurants and they'll like almost wrap their arm around you, start pointing at stuff, like really putting it in your face. You can't even see where you're going. And like for me, that would be crazy. I've never seen anything like that here.
So how did you react?
Just no, gracias, no.
Okay, no gracias.
Eventually they go away. They'll follow you for like, they just like start walking with you for a second until you like get out from the restaurant area. And then they go to the next person.
Yeah, even for us, it's like too much. But I think we're already used to that. So
I think this is about every touristic city which has a lot of tourists and like foreigners.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go to Turkey, Istanbul, which is a big touristic city, I mean, people, they would also do the same, like come here, try our food and stuff. So I think that's in many cities.
Mm.
So about cuddling, hugging. So how long does it take for you guys to get used to a person, new friend, so that you can allow these contacts? Melanie.
I think that at the beginning, I was the one like hugging. And then he was like asking me, hey, I want a hug. So we start hugging each other. I feel like maybe I was the one that starts probably.
You just started hugging at some point, or?
To me, that's not really like...
That's impossible.
That's not like the end
That's
game.
never gonna happen.
Yeah, like, unless there's like a reason. Like I have a best friend, I've known him for years. I don't just hug him. Like whenever I'm leaving, I don't just hug him.
I feel like that's something that I will always do. Like even when I say hello or bye. But I feel we just realized that he said like always to his relatives more like I love you when he just lives somewhere. And I feel like in my country we say more like God bless you instead of like I love you when we say bye. So yeah, that could be like different.
Yeah, I agree. In my culture, we also don't say like I love you much to family members. That's not really popular. Even we use this word which is translated like I see you well, something like this.
Or see you soon.
Or see you soon, or like take care. But I love you, mom, I love you, dad, that is not really popular. So how does it feel dating a person who is not into hugging when you are into hugging?
I feel like that's not a problem anymore. I feel like
I don't think that was
how
a
did
problem
you
at any
overcome this problem?
that I feel like that never was a problem. Yeah. I think we're so close to each other since the beginning. Maybe because he knows already that I really like it.
I think you guys are confused. We don't really dislike physical touch, especially with our significant other.
Okay.
Like most Americans want to touch their significant other as much as anyone else in the world, I imagine, as long as they actually like them.
When we speak about these differences, cultural differences, or in social life and academic life, how are you adapting to these differences?
First, talking about the language, when I was in Ecuador, I thought I speak the best English in the world.
Same.
And I had like a lot of private courses of English, and my level was supposed to be like C1 English.
C3.
Yeah, but when I just arrived, at the beginning it was kind of hard because the people, of course, here speak so fast, and I didn't really understand. Even like, I can like say an example. When I was working in an amusement park here in the US in 2021, and I was a ride attendant in the park. So someone a guest came to me and told me, "Hey, I lost my cell phone. Can you look it, please?" And I was like, I said, "I don't care," instead of "Don't worry, I will." So I confused the words, like
okay.
"Don't worry" instead of I don't care instead of "Don't worry."
I don't care. Wow.
So he was so angry, of course. He was so angry with me. He went to the supervisor to like to tell that, "Oh my God, she doesn't care about my cell phone." That kind of things I feel like happens a lot to me. Something that was so surprisingly for me is like the weather, because in Ecuador the weather it's the best thing ever. We just have 2 seasons. We just have rainy season and summer, and it's always a perfect weather. It's always like spring. But here, of course, we have winter and then fall and then like summer, and like it's a mix of everything. But I really like it. I really like winter, and I really enjoy fall.
Culture shock is defined by Oxford Dictionary in a following way: the feeling of disorientation experienced by someone who is suddenly subjected to an unfamiliar culture, way of life, or set of attitudes. Culture shock can lead to a flurry of emotions, including excitement, anxiety, confusion, and uncertainty. There are obvious examples of culture shock, such as getting used to a different language, a different climate, a different transport system, and a different food customs. Less obvious examples of culture shock include acclimatizing to different hand gestures, different facial expressions, and levels of eye contact. My question would be to Ryan. How do you navigate these differences?
She helps me navigate them a lot because she speaks Spanish and speaks fluent English. And yeah, everything she tries to tell me, I understand easily, and she just translates everything for me pretty much. Her dad came here to visit, and he doesn't speak any English, and I don't speak any Spanish. The entire car ride home, though, we were talking like the whole time, but through Melanie. And I feel like we got along pretty good. It seems like it.
And I didn't have to lie anything. I translate everything correctly.
Okay.
Because I have the power to lie, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's sad that you didn't use that power.
I could lie.
Or did you?
No, I didn't.
Exactly.
I didn't.
Only God and Melanie knows, right?
But I didn't.
So it should be very difficult.
I tried to like translate it, but at the same time it was funny, and it was like a different experience also for me, and I really like it. I don't know. It was of course like difficult and at some point like overwhelming or stressful, but no, I really like it. Mm-hmm.
Do you have any fun moments between you guys?
It's the fact that Ryan asked me if I want to sit down like next to him or in front of him. Do you remember?
Yeah, because I noticed like I think we went out to eat before, and I noticed she expected me to sit in the same booth as her. But here, if you're on a date with somebody, you sit across from them, so you can look at them whenever you talk to them. Yeah. But I guess in Ecuador, it's just more about being able to touch or just like be close to them. I'm assuming that's what it's about, or maybe it's just a you thing. But yeah, she likes to sit in the same booth, so we started sitting in the same booth.
Always.
Yeah, we just always do now.
That sounds good. Okay, my next question would be to both. What would you recommend listeners who are keen on visiting Ecuador and the US?
My first suggestion, maybe because I was struggling a lot about that at the beginning, it's like be confident about
Everything.
Everything. Yeah, it doesn't matter what. Like everyone is still like a person, is the same person as you. So it doesn't matter how much you speak English, how much like how well or how bad you speak. Like just be confident, be open-minded. I guess with everything you will like have a lot of experiences here, a lot of cultural shocks as we were talking. So yeah, just like live the experience and be open-minded.
Definitely, like it's really nice. It's pretty safe overall, but be careful overall. Like you can't fall asleep at a train station or anything like that just because you're in a place that seems safer than where you were from. But enjoy it. Like she said, keep an open mind about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that you can only do here or only see here. Pick wisely, like where you want to go, because a lot of people don't realize just how big the U.S. is. Like some people think you can fly into New York and then take a trip to the Grand Canyon when that's like a day and a half by car. But definitely enjoy it and just pick what you want to see and what you want to do, because there's a lot. I wouldn't try to meet people like on the bus here. I would try to go to like big social events or networking events and then try to build friends that way where you're supposed to build friends, because then people are Americans are a lot more open to having a conversation and actually attempting to be friends with you or just spend time with you.
My take would be that in here in America, everything, including networking, meeting new people, should be happening at the right place. If you want to get this exposure, interaction with people, you go to bars, you go to clubs, you go to some events, and you socialize in these events.
I mean, it's exactly like you said. It's not like, well, they're just randomly walking down the street. For what I think, I think most people are like weird. Like if someone just randomly stopped me and started like trying to be my friend randomly on the street, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
Be punctual, because here the punctuality is so like it's really important, and respect the time from the other. It's also important, and especially for I'm not sure like for everyone in Latin America, but especially for the people in Ecuador, we have something that it's called the Ecuadorian hour, and it's always to arrive 1 hour later from the hour that you have to arrive. Like if the meeting is at 6, you will arrive at 7. And yeah, I feel like that's something that you should like consider, because here the punctuality is an important factor.
If the meeting's at 6 and you come at 6:05, you better have like a good excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We've talked about a lot of things, including social life, a little bit of academic life, how to interact with people, how to meet them, and how to get around in here. What else seems very different for you than Ecuador in here?
So when I was working in these amusement parks, I saw that there are big amounts of food just wasted. And for me, that was crazy. I was like, I think the first time that I saw that, how like even the, I don't know, burgers or pizzas that are like wasted, thrown into the trash after a long day in an amusement park, it's just so sad. I feel like the first time I cried because I saw a lot of cookies just going to the trash, a lot of, I don't know, turkey legs going to the trash. So that was something that really shocks me, because especially because of the high levels of poverty that our country, like in Latin America countries, has, and we need food, and here the people spend like waste a lot of amounts of food.
It's also crazy because it's not even like it's just there. It's also happening here, and yet people still waste like that. Like the mass amounts of food, even though there's plenty of people that could eat it here too.
Why?
Well, I don't. Big corporations, the people that are throwing it away have no say in it. If they don't throw it away, they're going to get fired. Then they don't feed their family. So it's not like the people you see throwing it away don't want to throw it away. Of course, like they would rather take it home for themselves. But a lot of times you're just not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I was not allowed to take food from my work neither.
there is no possibility to recycle this food?
I'm sure they don't want any liability. I'm sure like they could probably find a way to do it, but then that's work on them that they have to do, and it's not going to make them money, so why would they even bother? Like they don't care. But and then there's the liability of like if they gave it away and it's like past, like it's expired or like it's been sitting out too long, then they have that liability. So they just don't really have an incentive to do that because their only incentive is money, and they're not going to make any money from it.
And I have seen that like so different from here, especially here in Athens, because here the people it's worried about the food insecurity of students, of international students, and I feel like here a lot of people donate food to the pantry or to the community pantry. But when I was like in these big cities like Florida and these big corporations, it was so much different. They just waste a lot.
Well, I just wanted to say really quick, like she was saying, I think Athens, like I agree, Athens is really good about like having food sources for people. Like I saw the pantry in Baker, and she tells me about the community pantry, and like it seems really nice. But at the same time, like the dining halls, imagine how much food they're wasting at the end of the night, instead of just opening for 15 minutes and saying grab a box, or like staying open for an extra 15, saying grab a box. If you want it, it's going to go in the trash. Like there's obviously stuff people could always do.
Yeah, that's true. And it's true what you also say, that in my country, or like in Ecuador especially, my father will never let me leave something in the plate. Never, never. Like if it's a small broccoli, I should eat it. Even if I'm full already. So yeah, and I also learned here a lot about that, because I don't overeat here neither. Like if I don't like something or I'm already full, I will like just leave it in my plate. But in Ecuador, it's like impossible. The parents always say that you have to eat, because there's children that they don't have food to eat. So you should eat.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and did you notice that? Were you also forced to finish your plate when
No,
you were in Ecuador?
because I'm an American, and I told her like if I don't like something, I'll just say like I don't like it. I'm not going to enjoy eating this. I'm not going to eat it. It is what it is. Which she'll always eat it. I'm sure somebody will eat it. It's not like it's going to go completely to waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually that's something that my parents like about him, because they say that he's honest. If he doesn't like it, he will not eat it. But I feel like if we are going to another house, we always eat it, even if we
You
don't
have
like
to
it.
eat it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is an insult,
Like it's
right?
respectfully, yeah.
Obviously, food takes a lot of place in cultural landscape in our minds. I mean, we talk a lot about food. So next question, and probably my final question, would be about sharing your experience of being in a romantic relationship with someone not from your culture.
I don't think it's as big of a deal as people like think it may be. Like people don't like make it out to be a big deal, I guess, but people just overthink it and think it like a lot more goes into it. But we're both still just normal people, and like sometimes like there's funny moments, sometimes there's weird moments, like of things we didn't know about each other, about each other's culture. But for the most part, like day to day, and I think it's just like any other relationship pretty much.
I would say that it has been like a really nice experience. I really like it. But also one of the like important things that I think has helped us a lot, it's the communication. Even like my English, I don't know, like if it's the best in the world. I try to tell him anything, like everything that I'm feeling. It's like small or big. I'm trying to like express myself always, and I think also he tries to express everything to me too. So just that makes us, I think, have a good relationship. I feel like I have learned from Ryan a lot, from his culture, from even the English. I think I have also improved my English, and also I think he has learned a lot from me. So
Have you?
Yes, I have.
So yeah, I think it's just like it's a good experience to learn from each other and to communicate well each other.
Also, though, I feel like you can't generalize too much. Like, she's the nicest woman I've ever met, but you could go find another Ecuadorian that is just like the worst person you've ever met. Like, these are like entire countries we're kind of talking about. So, like, don't generalize too much. Like, just because this person had a good experience with these group of people doesn't mean you will. Like, each individual person is just so much different. So don't expect anything, I guess.
Yeah, I think the key is, as Melanie said, key is communication.
Yeah.
Talking to each other, talking through these differences, big, small, and also talking about your emotions and talking about your feelings. This might really help.
Yeah, I agree completely. It doesn't like, even if the differences were like, even if we were aliens to each other, like just completely different, as long as you talk to each other, communicate, and let each other know what you want, then I think it can all be worked past if it was an issue.
I want to add that being here in the US and as an international student and having this experience is just such a great experience. So everyone that has that opportunity has to be grateful about what they are living, even it's like they are struggling or having like bad moments or these good moments, these good things or experiences. I feel like we just have to be grateful about what we are living right now.
Also, we should not forget to be grateful to ourselves, because it's our efforts, our achievements, our hard work brought us in here, and thanks to this, we have this opportunity to learn and study in a different country. You listen to a podcast, A Cultural Shock in America, a love story, with participation of Melanie Borja, Ryan Bushka, and me, Timur Kalbaev. Thank you for being with us. Can you hear this slurping sounds?
Yeah, we hear the bubbling going up.
This was, not this was. I'm tired.